first game against these guys since the playoffs. Is their home opener? What are you expecting tonight?
Yeah, obviously we know these guys from last year in the playoffs, so I think we know what to expect in terms of their personnel and how they play. So we expect them to come out and play hard, have good gaps, play physical, but we'll be ready.
Divisional rival for you, but just how much is having a playoff series against kind of enhance the rivalry?
Yeah, I think it changes things a little bit when you play a team in the playoffs. You just get familiar, and things happen over the course of a series that you tend to remember, or you spend time thinking about during the off season, depending on how the series goes in terms of winning and losing. But I think each night we expect our guys to be extremely competitive, and here tonight's no different.
What do you remember most about the series against them?
Well, outcome is obviously the first thing that jumps out, but they're a good team. They play hard, they're physical, and they played well that series. And obviously, going to the Stanley Cup Finals, they earned that and played well the whole time. So it'll be a challenging night for us.
How much emphasis is there on long road trips like this to kind of starting on the right foot?
Yeah, I think it's important. When you look at the schedule, it's always great to have a road trip early in the season, unless you don't play well, and then it becomes a long trip. To your point, ultimately we want to come out here and win games and play well, and get our game going in a good direction. And so that starts tonight.
When you see a stretch like this in the schedule, do you get excited? Just time away with the guys?
Yeah, I think that there's two ways to look at it. I think it's nice being at home to start the year for sure, like we had a chance to do. But I think this is a good opportunity for our group to get together on the road and play good teams and have challenging nights, and try to win important games for us. And ultimately, like I said, we want our game going in the right direction, and I think that there's room for improvement right now with that. So we'll look to start that here tonight and carry it on for the rest of the trip.
What have you noticed about the way Max has integrated himself with the group?
Max has been great. I think he's doing a great job for us. We have lots of new guys that have come in, and we've tried to make it a good environment to kind of step into, and Max has been outstanding.
What's the focus when it comes to team defense?
Just keeping the puck out of our net. We want to spend less time in D zone. We want to be better through the neutral zone, and when as D men, when we get a puck on our stick in our zone, we want to be able to make plays and exit, and not spend too much time in there.
No Ekblad, no Montour, no Bennett. How much can you use those absences of their core pieces to your advantage?
Yeah, I think that can be a dangerous thing when you start thinking about absences and people that aren't out there. We're going to keep our focus on the players that are out there, and this is a very good team with good depth. So we're not taking anything lightly, and to be completely honest with you, I don't think we know who's in and out at this point in the season. So we're just going to go out there and play.
Timothy, it's first game against these guys since the playoffs. It's their home opener. What game are you expecting tonight?
Fast game. We know they're a good team, and obviously we're not happy about how things ended last year, so should be a good game.
What do you remember most about that series?
They're very good in transition, so that's something we've been struggling a little bit with first couple of games here, automatic rushes against and stuff like that. So should be a good test for us tonight.
What changes for you having Jake McCabe as a partner?
Not much. I think I can do better too as a player. So just gonna try and work on my game and have a good game today.
Where do you think you need to improve specifically right now?
Kind of what I said. I think I've been a little loose on transitions going back to our end, letting up some automatic rushes and stuff like that. So I feel like that's where I got to improve on most.
How much do you think that's early season stuff? And you got some new guys integrating in with the structure.
Yeah, I think it's part of it being early in the year, and yeah, I don't know. I think we just gotta have a little bit more determination out there and a little more focus and stuff like that. But I think we'll figure it out.
In the transition game, what's the key to kind of correcting that? Is it just looking over tape, keeping things simple, going back to your strengths?
I think just going back to the middle of the ice more often, like after you do a pinch or something like that, just get back to your spot after. I think we've been struggling a little bit with lingering around the corners and stuff like that instead of do your pinch and then get back to the middle. So.
What do you think, Bill?
He's going to take warm up to be certain, but that's the plan. Yes.
Florida missing some players, but it's their home opener. They're unveiling their banner. What sort of a opponent are you expecting tonight?
I'm one that's, that I think has a lot of confidence in who they are, which they obviously earned, not just last season, but even the season prior to that. So, yeah, they got lots of confidence in who they are and how they play. And their first home game, as you say, we expect them to have lots of energy and pace.
What's the key to closing up the transition game or getting it into your
just staying alert and aware are the big things for me. Some of it's structural in terms of some mistakes made there. Some of it's just not being alert or aware and transitioning quick enough to defense. That's a big one the other night. Two different things. First period, we turned the puck over a lot, forcing plays in the middle of the ice, which when you do that, you don't really have a chance to defend. It just happens too fast. And this team here in Florida has transitions as quickly as anybody. And then the second period for us, we were on offense a lot, had the puck a lot, and maybe forced the issue too much and didn't get back to defense or stay on defense if we were a forward covering for a D or something like that. So those are things we've talked about, and I expect as the season moves along here, we get more reps, that alertness and awareness is close to perfect.
David Kampf is starting a little more in the offensive zone than the D zone this year compared to the past. How much of that is your strategy versus just a small sample size?
It's a little bit of both, I would say. Obviously, the makeup of Camper's line is different this year than it's been in the past. So, kind of managing that a little bit. I haven't used them much against the other team's best players, especially in our own zone, and which is often on those face-offs. That's when you're going to see the other team's best because they're sending them for O-zone face-offs. So, haven't used them a lot in that situation, but I've looked at it and talked about it. I have some ideas to get him a little bit more involved that way because certainly he does have more to offer us. So there's that, and then obviously, Fraser Minton's presence has also kind of changed the mix a little bit. We're trying to give him opportunity to grow into a role and be comfortable in the league too.
How does Max get more going offensively?
Just confidence, I think, finding his rhythm with whoever he's playing with. But he's coming here. He's really trying to work hard and do well defensively. He's trying to manage the puck. I think he's got a lot going on in his head. The more that things become natural for him, which adjusts into a new system, and he is really eager to do very well and do what the coaches are asking. But I think over time he'll just settle in. You'll see some of more of his instincts come to the forefront. He's played in the league a long time, and we expect that he'll settle in the more comfortable he gets.
What does a good game by Matthew Nyes look like on the line he's with now?
Creating turnovers. Winning puck battles, keeping that group on offense, helping them on the defensive side of it, whether that's forecheck and earning pucks back and closing space or getting the puck out on the D-zone wall. Just little things like that. When it's his turn to make a play, make it, but otherwise, do a lot of the dirty work.